Throughout cinematic history, there's been many folklore monsters to make headway on the big screen. From the silent era to the modern day, tales of witchcraft and wizardry have inspired many a great picture. Often warped and stripped of their intimidating nature to pander to a family-friendly appeal, it's often forgotten that witches and warlocks were once effigies of the dark and macabre. Despite these universal interpretations, there's been a plethora of movies to respect its origins and deliver many outstanding pictures, showcasing the dark arts in all their twisted glory. And today, we'll be looking at the very best. So join me as I count down the top 10 witchcraft movies. For this list, I'll be looking at the greatest examples of dark witchcraft in cinema. I'll be overlooking pictures aimed for kids, families, or of any style that panders or makes light of the genre, as this channel is exclusive to the dark side of media. This episode also comes with a spoiler warning, as some themes are not revealed until the picture's climax. So let's begin. Number 10. From director Andre Øvredal comes the 2016 low-key hit, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. The story of a father and son, both coroners, who receive a mysterious body to examine. Digging deeper into the corpse, they find she was no simple female, but the ritualistic cadaver of a witch. What makes the picture stand so tall is its impressive pacing, feeding the viewer progressively more gruesome details as the supernatural abilities of the corpse begin to reawaken. Featuring outstanding performances from Emile Hirsch and Brian Cox, and an oddly unsettling contribution from corpse actor Alwyn Kelly, The Autopsy of Jane Doe is a film like no other and has earned great respect from cinephiles and horror fans alike. Number 9. There are few period pictures that are able to remain so faithful to an era. Released in 2015, The Witch would impress many with its highly respectful approach to its own themes and historical accuracy. Set 60+ years before the infamous Salem witch trials, the story tells of the original hysteria to sweep colonial America. Following a New England family whose eldest daughter is groomed by the devil to shed her religious beliefs and become seduced into darkness. Starring Anya Taylor-Joy in her feature debut, and also the first picture for director Robert Eggers, approved by the Satanic Church, The Witch stands as an honorable interpretation of its age and delivers a gut-punch exploration of early witchcraft. Number 8. One of the more obscure pictures on this list, but with a truly deserved placing. Andaliandra tells the story of a distant relative who joins a small family, unbeknownst of her true intentions, as tragedy and misfortune surround her residency. Although not exclusively a horror movie, always shying away from intense imagery, the underlying dark tone and driving story elevate this under-the-radar picture into something remarkably unique. Though not a perfect movie, suffering from low budget and lack of distribution, as a picture of modern-day Wicca, Andaliandra serves as a commendable movie and is sincerely worthy of greater recognition. Number 7. From famed Italian director Mario Bava comes his feature debut, Black Sunday. Also known as The Mask of the Demon, the story is based on the novella Vi, chosen by Bava as the tale would often scare his own children. Depicting the exploits of a Wiccan princess who's resurrected 200 years after her death to continue her sworn vengeance on her descendants. Considered by many to be one of the most extreme pictures of its time, would lead to it being banned in several countries. Releasing in the US to little fanfare, the movie became a word-of-mouth sensation, inspiring many directors including Tim Burton and Francis Ford Coppola. Over time, Black Sunday has grown beyond its shadowed release and become recognized as one of the greatest pictures of its genre. Number 6. In this unexpected world tour of Wiccan Pictures, hailing from Mexico comes Poison for the Fairies, a tale of a social outcast who befriends a new student that she believes to be a witch. Becoming enchanted with the idea, we watch as the two girls explore progressively more insidious witchcraft. Filmed from the viewpoint of a child's eye and never showing adult faces, presents a rarely witnessed experience in alternate cinema that draws the viewer into an oddly innocent perspective. Featuring standout performances from its two lead stars, Poison for the Fairies feels somewhat time-locked in the 1970s aesthetic, which only adds to this criminally overlooked picture. Number 5. The most modern movie on this list comes from the 2018 feature debut of Ari Aster, Hereditary, which on the surface appears as a dark narrative on coping with family grief, but evolves into something much more sinister. Starring Toni Collette as Annie, who after losing her mother turns to supernatural comfort to help deal with her grief, unknowing that she is actually descendant of those who dance with the devil, a family connection that slowly consumes her own immediates. Although not as unsettling as many unseasoned critics would have you believe, there's no denying that Hereditary is an exceptionally made picture with an incredible sense of foreboding misery and a gripping atmosphere. Number 4. From the giallo master Dario Argento comes what many believe to be his magnum opus, Suspiria. The story of an aspiring ballerina who becomes accepted to a prestigious dance academy through the process of dead men's shoes. Following further deaths, we discover the school is to be a facade for a witch's coven who sacrifice in the name of a greater power. Released in 1977, the movie was greeted with immediate critical acclaim, praised for its psychedelic fever dream aesthetics and suspense, which over time has earned a faithful cult following. Receiving a respectable update in 2018, Suspiria's popularity has exponentially grown and become one of the most influential alternate movies of all time. Number 3. Based on supposed real events, we have the heavily dramatized case of Ed and Lorraine Warren's account of the Perron family in The Conjuring. Haunted by the ghost of Bathsheba, a long-deceased witch who threatens to kill the children before taking the mother's life through possession. Impressing many fans in 2013, showcasing James Wan's full understanding of the genre and peppering the picture with many homages to his inspirations would lead to an almost instant cult status. Becoming one of the highest-grossing horror movies of all time, The Conjuring has grown far beyond its simple beginnings and has since evolved into its very own horror universe. Number 2. Possibly the oldest movie to ever feature on the show, and also the most unique. Presented as a pseudo-documentary, Hexen follows almost the entire history of witchcraft in the then modern world. Released in 1922, the movie was the most expensive picture of its time, costing an approximate $3.5 million in today's economy, a number that still shows in its stunning cinematography, incredible score, and humbling special effects. Unsettlingly beautiful and thoroughly enthralling through its fever dream aesthetics, Hexen is the most profound cinematic journey of witchcraft history, which also serves as the blueprint for all witchcraft pictures. Before we get to number 1, please consider supporting the show as a producer by becoming a channel member or patron, and you'll be able to claim several rewards. Also, have your say in future top 10s and follow me on Facebook, or show your appreciation by hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing, and ringing the bell to keep up with all things Demented. Number 1. Never before have I created a list so diverse that covers such a range of time and distance. Coming in at number 1, is the Roman Polanski classic, Rosemary's Baby, starring the iconic Mia Farrow, who after moving into a new apartment falls pregnant and becomes the flavor of the building as the other inhabitants become heavily focused on her unborn child. Becoming progressively more invasive, it's too late before she realizes the horrific reality. Praised for its word-to-script adaptation and one of the original summer blockbuster horror movies, released in 1968 and unfortunately overlooked by many New Age horror fans, the movie was considered cursed following great misfortune surrounding production. Featuring an Oscar-winning performance from Ruth Gordon, Rosemary's Baby remains one of the most respected and praised pictures not only in horror, but in the entire history of cinema. So there was my list. Were there any I missed? Which witchcraft movies do you love the most? Leave a comment below and be sure to check out some other top 10s on screen now. And remember, no list is definitive but the one you make yourself. This is Mike from Wiccan Pictures saying, may your movies be bloody and your scares be shitless.